Hammers Walk podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Where Hammers Walk. Today we're talking about West Ham versus Southampton. Well, Southampton versus West Ham, but you get what I mean. The only thing is, I have actually got no one with me today. Sam is very, very ill. Sounds absolutely awful. So I've told him, just get better. We'll rejoice at the weekend. But just to sort of go over the team for Southampton and who I've got Sam's sort of voice note, so I know who he thinks was good and stuff like that. So I'm going to do my best to try and play the part of Mr. Sam. So, Southampton versus West Ham, finished 4-1. Ajala with the first two goals. To be honest, I think he played an outstanding game. He's definitely one to come on as a substitute if we're not scoring. If Tati can't score and if Peru can't score, then he's definitely to come on and make the difference, to be honest. So we got Charles scored in the first 10 minutes. No, sorry. Southampton scored within the first 10 minutes, which I struggled to get signal for the game, but I saw that. And yeah, I just thought, here we go. But we kept quite nicely, kept content, kept quite strong. They could have had a few more by the time we got our first goal after 41 minutes. Orford setting up Ajala. Orford, another great game for Orford. And then we went in half-time 1-1. Wasn't much really to shout about. But the second half, it's like something just clicked and we just went for it. Again, Ajala, 8 minutes into the second half, got his second, and that was a good goal, absolutely brilliant goal. Looking at the team beforehand, did not expect any goals really from Ajala. I haven't really seen much of him, seen him in the under-21s, but not really anything to shout about. And then after that, 59 minutes come. Then Peru got substituted for Tati. Ajala come off for Solomon. La Madrid come off for Bowen, and Kante come off for Engels. 3 of the 4 substitutes could have stayed on for the whole 90. Peru had a good game. Wasn't great, but he had a good game. Ajala, absolutely brilliant. I think he's going to be one of our next prospects, kind of breaking through to the first team and getting the minutes he deserves after that performance. La Madrid was a really good game by him. He done his part. He really played well. And then Tati at the 75th minute, assisted by Veltman. Again, another player who played really, really well. Should now be starting every game, either if it's centre back or left back. Left back, right back, left back, right back, right back. But no, he should be starting every game after that performance. This was the game for them to show Nuno what they can do, and now if we don't use them, it's Nuno's fault. It's all down to Nuno now. And then obviously Orford, with his second assist of the game, sets up Bowen, and Bowen makes it 4-1. I just thought it was a brilliant showing in the second half. To shout out Herrick goalkeeper Herrick done really well. Stood tall, done what he needed to do. Unfortunately, I feel like his positioning on the first goal was a little bit too much to the left-hand side of the goal, where he needed to be more central. Golan Beckis in centre back. Look, if I don't believe Kilman should be playing that centre back role, but putting Golan Beckis and probably Mavropanos together makes total sense to me. I was shouting for Mayers to play. He played. He had a good game, I feel. Nothing to really shout home about, but he had a good game. He showed what he could do. Orford, La Madrid, and Ajala in that midfield worked. I don't know if it's because they've played in the under-21s together. I don't know if they've just clicked. But that's something to look out for, I think, because it definitely worked. And if, obviously, Bowen leaves, this could be a partnership in midfield to take us forward through the Championship. Getting rid of Kante and sticking Souček in there when he's fit and healthy. I do feel like we do miss Souček in there a little bit, even with this team or the first team. We do miss Souček. Makasa, another one. I don't feel like I saw enough of him. It's probably not his fault, but I just don't feel like I saw enough of him. So I don't want to say he had a poor game, and I don't want to say he had a good game. But I just didn't see enough of him. Maybe my stream was crashing when he had the ball. Don't know, but I just can't really remember him getting that ball and playing football. If you're gonna play football, you get it down. You're passing it. You're doing this. You're making runs. I can't really say that I saw him much on the pitch. Peru again tried his best. This is the second team which he just don't know. So how can he be used to how they play? Most of them haven't played together. I don't feel like, So it's his second game, and it's a different team who he played with in the first game. So I just don't know how I can judge him on that. Don't get me wrong, this feels weird doing it by myself, talking by myself. I feel like I'm gonna run out of subjects to talk about by myself. So, but it was a good game. The first half, I felt like we was just getting into it. They're young players and everything, but they were just getting into it. Just needed that little push, that little oomph. And you can't even say when the big boys come on, it all changed, because we were 2-1 up anyway. That was just to cement the win. So to me, well done, boys. The lads done all right in the first bit. Yes, we conceded, but it wasn't down to. I just feel like it was Kilman not kind of getting the path. They're letting people come onto him instead of going out to him to defend him. So yeah, I just think it's sort of like we need to get someone in. Kilman can be a substitute, can be a what's the word? He can fill the team if we need him, but to play him from start, I just don't think he's the man for it. That is what I think. That is another sort of thing what Sam has said. He wanted to mention them players. He thought Golan Beckis was great. He also thought, sorry, just getting it up. Veltman should start every game, so I agree with Sam with that one. Golan Beckis had a great game. Lamadrid, Orford, and Ajala, they're the main five. He sort of said about who really shone for him. I'm going to move on to Watford. It's going to be a little bit of a little short podcast because I don't want to bore you with what everything you've seen in the game and what you've heard from others and everything like that. So that is what me and Sam thought. We'll move on to the next game of Watford, Saturday, 3:00 kickoff. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. After that performance from the kids, I think there'll be a couple of changes. I really do. See how they fare up. I do feel like the normal squad does need a couple of changes in there. Hopefully, we may get a couple more signings, but we'll keep you up to date on that. But other than that, I can't really say. I don't think we're going to walk it by a long way. We're not going to walk it. And I think one goal will win this game. It's a shock for me to say that, but I think one goal will win this game. And I'm hoping it's going to be West Ham. So I'm going for 1-0 West Ham as my score prediction. Sam, for his score prediction, has gone for West Ham 3, Watford 1. So he's gone for the normal of my score. I'd take both, but I really do think that it's not going to be a walk in the park. Yeah, I just think it's going to be another one of them nitty-gritty games. You know, Watford's been in Championship for a few years now. They know what to do. They know how to get results and stuff like that. And if we don't go there thinking, yeah, we're a Premiership side, we should win this, and we actually get down, play football, and be determined to get this result and grind it out, I reckon it could be a 1-0 win. I'd take 2-0, but I think it's going to be a 1-0 win. So that is going to be it for today. Sorry it's short. Sorry it's such a little one. But we will be back in full force with me and Sam at the weekend. So there's only one thing to say. Come on, you Irons.
We're Hammers Walk Podcast!